Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm the host of Beginner English TV. Many years ago, when I first started learning and teaching English, I remember how frustrating it was for beginners like you. My students, and even I at one point, had so much trouble expressing ideas clearly, understanding fast-talking natives, or just feeling confident enough to open our mouths. We stumbled over words, got tangled in grammar rules, and felt like fluency was this distant dream. But then I found a way to change all that. I discovered simple, effective methods to improve spoken English and overall fluency right from home, without needing fancy classes or traveling abroad. And guess what? These methods work from anywhere in the world, even if you're in a non-English speaking country, like many of my viewers. I've helped thousands become fluent using them. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can do the same. We'll dive deep into building unconscious knowledge, daily habits, and practical tips to make English feel natural and automatic. First, let me tell you the most important secret. To speak English fluently and achieve real fluency, you need to build a high level of unconscious knowledge in English. Let me repeat that. If you want to speak English well and use it effortlessly in conversations, reading, writing, or listening, you need unconscious knowledge at a high level. So, what is it? Well, unconscious knowledge is the ability to do something without thinking about it consciously. It's automatic, like muscle memory. For example, riding a bicycle. Once you learn, you don't think about balancing or pedaling. It just happens. Or playing a musical instrument. After years of practice, your fingers move on their own while you focus on the melody. And think about speaking your native language. Do you pause to recall grammar rules, verb tenses, or sentence structures? No, right? But every sentence you say comes out grammatically correct and natural. Why? Because you've built unconscious knowledge through constant, everyday exposure and use. To make English feel that way, you have to increase your unconscious knowledge. When you do, speaking, listening, and even thinking in English becomes automatic, just like your first language. No more hesitation or mental translation. So, how do you acquire this unconscious knowledge? Unfortunately, it's tricky because it can't be taught directly through traditional study. You can't get it by burying yourself in grammar books, watching endless tense explanations on YouTube, or drilling vocabulary flashcards. That stuff builds a different kind, conscious knowledge. It's not automatic. You have to actively think about it, focus your attention, and apply it step by step. So when you're in a real conversation, you end up fumbling because there's no time to think, wait, is this past perfect or simple past? What's the right preposition? Sadly, so many beginners fall into this trap. They love studying grammar. Tenses, prepositions, adjectives, adverbs, conditionals, you name it. They think it'll magically make them fluent. But what they don't realize is that this conscious knowledge isn't super useful for spoken English or quick thinking. Speaking a language uses two brain parts, the conscious for your ideas and message, and the unconscious for handling grammar, flow, and structure automatically. In your native language, it's balanced. The unconscious does the heavy lifting, so you can just communicate. It's amazing how seamless it is. But for grammar-focused learners, their conscious brain gets overwhelmed trying to handle content and rules at once. It's like juggling too many balls. You drop them all.
This is why people who ace grammar tests still speak haltingly or with errors in real life.
So, don't rely on conscious study as your main path. Instead, learn English like you learned your first language, through unconscious learning. What does that mean? No, it's not learning in your sleep or hypnosis. Here, unconscious means unaware. You're picking up the language without realizing it, outside your direct focus. A great example is listening to an English conversation or story. Your goal isn't learning English, it's understanding the content, enjoying the plot, or getting the info. But as you do that, your brain is quietly building knowledge in the background. Grammar patterns, vocab, pronunciation, idioms, all without effort. This is exactly how babies and kids learn. Endless exposure through hearing parents talk without rules or test. They focus on the meaning and the brain absorbs the rest. Remember, unconscious learning leads to unconscious automatic knowledge. Conscious study leads to conscious non-automatic knowledge that's clunky in practice. Now, to build this, there are key methods and daily habits you can use. These are the ones I relied on personally and teach on Beginner English TV. They're simple, flexible, and blend input, like listening, and output, like speaking and writing. The first major one is massive listening, but we'll expand it into full daily immersion. The second is input-driven speaking practice, and we'll tie in more habits like thinking in English, shadowing, reading, writing, and mindset tweaks. Let's break it all down so you can start today. Listening is foundational. Everyone recommends it, but why is it so crucial even if your goal is speaking, not just understanding? Well, if you're not aiming to boost listening specifically, you still need it because it makes everything else easier. English is complex. Weird sounds, fast speech, slang, varied accents. Without regular listening, your brain stays confused by that complexity. So when you try speaking or reading, you get stuck easily. Forming sentences feels overwhelming. But with daily listening, you get comfortable. The language's rhythm, intonation, and patterns become familiar, so improving speaking or other skills is smoother. It's like feeding your brain input fuel. How to do it? Consume as much as possible. YouTube videos, podcasts, audiobooks, movies, TV shows. If you need subtitles, use English ones, not your native language, to build reading too. The best content? Stuff you genuinely enjoy. Don't force boring English lessons. If you love cooking, watch recipe videos. Into gaming? Gaming podcasts. Travel fan? Travel vlogs. I personally love mystery stories, so I binge true crime podcasts and Harry Potter audiobooks. I've listened to the series 5 times. This way, it's fun, not a chore. You stay motivated, avoid burnout, and keep going long term. Avoid grammar-focused content, though. Skip videos on how to use gerunds or common preposition mistakes. That reinforces conscious thinking, which we want to minimize. How much time daily? As much as you can handle. The more input, the faster progress. Busy? Start with 5 to 10 minutes, like a short TED Talk while making breakfast. Pro tip: if your listening is decent, no constant subtitles, do passive listening during activities. I listen while jogging, folding laundry, or driving. It adds 30 to 60 minutes effortlessly. No discipline needed. Just don't do it during work or study. Keep it for low-focus tasks. This frees up time for other habits. Speaking of which, let's blend in thinking in English during everyday activities. This is a powerhouse habit for unconscious practice. During routine stuff like washing your face, commuting, or vacuuming, narrate your thoughts in English. Say out loud or mentally, "I'm squeezing the toothpaste onto the brush," or "The water feels cold this morning." Start basic, then level up. Last night, I watched a movie and it was exciting because identified triggers like morning routines and add reminders. Gradually expand to grocery shopping or cleaning. Benefits? It sneaks in 30 minutes of practice daily, linking English to real life. No translation lag, sentences form naturally. You repeat everyday vocab in context, making it stick. If you mess up, no pressure. It's private. This ties perfectly into listening. After hearing natives describe daily life in a podcast, try narrating your own. Now for output. You gotta practice speaking aloud, even solo. Speak for at least 2 minutes daily. Use a random question generator. Describe your dream vacation. Answer out loud, starting at 10 to 30 seconds, building to full minutes. Do it 3 to 5 times a day. This builds confidence, spots weaknesses, and makes you a user, not just a learner. Worried about no partner? That's fine. Solo first. Later, try apps like Tandem or HelloTalk for exchanges, or join online clubs, but focus on natives for corrections. To supercharge this, use input-driven speaking, like shadowing or imitation. This avoids the pitfalls of talking to yourself or bad partners where you reinforce errors or limited vocab. Instead, practice with native material. Find a slow-speaking video or podcast clip, listen first to understand, look up unknowns, then imitate. Pause after a sentence, repeat exactly, copying pronunciation, rhythm, intonation, even emotion. Repeat 3+ times. For variety, memorize and rephrase in your own words if needed. If the original is, "The bustling city streets were alive with energy," you might say, "The city streets were busy and full of life." This boosts improv skills. Why input-driven? You're exposed to proper grammar, new phrases, and native sounds, so you sound more natural. Avoid broken English from fellow learners. I used this with TED Talks. Imitating speakers helped my accent and flow tremendously. Don't stop at listening and speaking. Add reading 1 page daily. Grab a news article, blog, short story, or easy novel like kids' books. Vary topics. Politics one day, the tech the next to widen vocab. Techniques? Choose 80% understandable material. Guide your eyes with a finger for focus. Sub-vocalize words mentally for pronunciation practice. Read without constant stops. Get the flow. Note new words in context with example sentences in a diary. Use audio dictionaries for sounds. Speed up by grouping words, skimming ideas. This builds vocab, grammar naturally, comprehension, spelling. Your speaking gets richer. Suddenly you have words for nuanced ideas. Combine with listening. Read subtitles while watching. Writing complements this. 1 page daily, like journaling. Write about your day, opinions, or summarize readings. Use new vocab. Keep it consistent. Morning coffee time? It solidifies knowledge through repetition, activates passive words, structures thoughts. Review old entries for progress boosts. Pronunciation and accent work is key too. Aim for clarity, not perfection. Natives understand accents fine. Practice tricky sounds, like the in think. Vowels like ship versus sheep. Use mirrors for mouth shapes, tongue twisters, recordings of yourself. Shadow natives and focus on one accent first. Tools like Youglish help. Type a sentence, hear it in accents, repeat. Leverage tech for immersion. Switch phone or computer to English. Follow English influencers on social media. Watch YouTube with English subs, slow speed if needed. Apps supplement but aren't core. Vocab expansion. Learn phrases, not isolated words, like break a leg as an idiom, or I'm looking forward to in context. Sentence mining from shows or books. Use spaced repetition flashcards sparingly. Mindset is crucial. Find your why.
Job? Travel? Stay motivated. Set goals. Celebrate wins, like I shadowed a full clip. Build discipline with routines. Embrace mistakes. Discomfort means growth. Don't overfocus grammar. It sinks in naturally. Challenge yourself. Drop native subs. Chat natives. Extra strategies? Tutor for feedback. Constant exposure. English music, media. Level appropriate resources. Lifestyle tweaks. English hobbies, host travelers, English only home hours. Plan conversations ahead for confidence. Target weaknesses via tests. So there you have it. That's how to build unconscious knowledge and fluency through blended habits. Tons of listening and reading input, thinking, speaking, writing output, pronunciation, immersion, and mindset. Commit daily, and in months, English will feel automatic. Thanks for watching Beginner English TV. Hit subscribe, like, and comment your first habit. See you next time.